17th, and
Mm-hmm.
we plan to open back on March 1st. So it's been hard. We moved, of course, all our programs online, all our meditation, breath work, yoga programs online, and
Right.
we still do long-term rentals. We have around 100 tenants living on site who can stay
Oh,
for
nice.
6 months to a year leases, because we have some university students, professors, young professionals living here.
Great. Well, that's at least you get some income coming in. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of nonprofits like retreat centers, I'm sure, are just struggling right now.
Right.
Camps and conference centers, all that. So
Mhm.
we'll just wait another minute or so and then we'll get started.
Okay. Do you just want to give me a context about the group and what you
For
normally?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a weekly program that we have. It's called Spiritual Seekers, as I mentioned in the email. Um, and really, it's just, students and faculty and staff come together and just listen to people's stories. It's really like an interfaith dialogue group where we learn about different religions, different people's backgrounds, hear their faith journeys or spiritual stories. And it's just an opportunity to gather together, to learn about different faith traditions, to share, to build community. Normally, we would, have 30 or even 40 folks gather in the same room and eat lunch together. And often it's, cooked by the students, and it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. But now it's
Wow.
on Zoom and a lot less people come, because everybody's zoomed out for sure. But so we're just excited to hear about whatever you would like to share with us. A little bit about the Art of Living community. Maybe if you'd like to share some of your personal spiritual journey with us, that'd be great. If you would, like you mentioned, lead us in a guided meditation, that would be wonderful. So, and we can just open it up for conversation as well. So however you'd like to spend the time,
Okay.
and we'll end about 10 minutes till 1. So you've got about 45 minutes or so to share and to have the conversation.
Okay. Great. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's get started. So Venkat, welcome. We're pleased to have you. It's a small but mighty group today, but we're really looking forward to learning and hearing about your story and having a conversation. So I'll turn it over to you, and feel free to use the time as you would like.
So, my name is Venkat Srinivasan. I'm the Director of Operations here at the Art of Living Retreat Center in Boone, North Carolina. And I've been here for the last 9 years here in Boone in the mountains. I grew up in Mumbai in India. So I call it like the journey from Bombay to Boone. It's like, I came to the United States around 20 years back for my graduate studies, and I did my PhD here at Purdue University in mechanical engineering. And that's where sort of my journey started with the Art of Living. We had a student club on campus, which used to offer yoga and meditation classes every week. And so I started off as a student club member, and I really found like you can relate to that in a college setting somehow. At Purdue, it was a very close-knit group. We used to meet every week, and I did the Art of Living program, which was a really life-transforming program for me. It was at that time, it was a 4 or 5 day workshop, and we learned some simple but powerful breathing practices to eliminate stress. We learned something called the sky practice, and there was a lot of life skills, wisdom, and sort of when I came, it was a big culture shock coming to the United States from India and away from family, and there was a lot of anxiety with academics and doing my PhD. So a lot of mind was in a sort of a turbulent state, and really doing the Art of Living practices sort of helped me stabilize and find my center, ground myself. That was really valuable at that stage. And also I used to be always a follower, not so much of a leader or take responsibility for the community or the society. just doing my thing, just doing my academics and being in my own world. So that experience opened me up a bit, that I wanted to contribute to the community and be a student leader. And, it had a big impact on my life. So I started organizing these workshops on campus, and we used to offer these free yoga meditation sessions, because student life can be stressful and students found a big, transformational difference with those practices. So along that journey, I did some advanced programs with Art of Living, as I saw, really did some silent retreats, being in silence for a few days and doing meditations. It really brought a profound shift, because I realized that I'm so much desensitized to my own mind and the thoughts, and really understood what peace actually means, when I went into silence myself and experienced the depth and the profoundness of the peace inside of me. So that brought in a big shift, and I got to meet the founder of Art of Living, Sri Ravi Shankar, who was a world-renowned humanitarian spiritual leader at the time. And he used to travel a lot. Every 2-3 days, he'll be in a different city. And, his values of compassion, whatever I learned in the workshop about handling the mind, when I saw him up close, I saw him living those values, not just preaching them, so sort of unconditional love, and people coming to him with all sorts of problems all day and patiently hearing them out and offering solutions. I realized that to do that day in and out for maybe 10 hours a day needed a different level of compassion and a level of unconditional giving to do that. And that really, I was really inspired by that at that point in my mind, I felt I want to contribute to this organization in a bigger way. And I didn't want to make earning money as the sole aim of my life, or creating a big career. That sort of dropped away at that point, and there was became a very spiritual seeker. That's the name of your group. So at that point, I got a bigger vision of life itself. That life is not just about eating, sleeping, drinking, and going around our mundane existence, but questioning about having the bigger questions in life, like what is this mind, what are these thoughts, what is the purpose of my life. And so I really heard some commentary by Sri on some deeper, more profound topics about consciousness, about the self, about so that really opened me up, and it opened me up to the universality of the knowledge, and the fact that we are all connected. We are all there is this one life, or you can say this one consciousness which connects everybody, all life. So what I realized was, when I was able to do a consistent meditation practice, a breathing practice, it brought about it helped me dissolve all those stresses and brought more clarity in my mind, and made me more open to the knowledge and the wisdom that exists outside. Otherwise my mind was always chattering and always so busy that I was not even absorbing what was out there, or absorbing the knowledge and the wisdom and the connection that we all have. I was oblivious to that. And when my own energy levels went up, when I experienced the depth of peace, I started relating to that knowledge. And everything changed after that. My relationships changed. I became more of a leader, took initiative, wanted to really deeply, genuinely contribute in people's lives. And during that time, I got to travel with the founder a bit and be more inspired. And, I could see the way his schedule was. He would have 1,000 people public talk. He would have thousands of people. Even in India, there are hundreds of thousands. And when I once went on a trip to Mexico, and I saw his schedule, and he was addressing 1,000 people talk, and then he was addressing the volunteers, the teachers who were teaching these workshops, addressing the board members, addressing the media, addressing the hundreds of letters he gets till the night. And when I when I saw that up close, I realized that to do this day in and out needed a special energy, needed something, what was he doing that, so that became more of an inspire. And I realized that it was just that he was willing to be there for people, willing to contribute and be available to make a difference in people's lives. And just being available, you get a divine energy which fills you to ready to do anything, And so that was inspiring. And at that point, I wanted to be a bigger part of this organization. And I, I got a job in Dallas right after I graduated from Purdue University. I stayed in Dallas for 3 years. I got a job with Texas Instruments. You all know Texas Instruments TI calculators. It does more than that, a lot of consumer electronics. So I was a research scientist there, working on electronics packaging for 3 years. And at the end of the 3 years, I realized that, the job was great. People were great. I loved working at TI, but I was more of a spiritual seeker at heart. And, working on a desk, regular corporate job was not what I envisioned myself doing for the rest of my life. So I quit my job, and in 2 weeks, I met the founder again, and he said, why don't you I'm traveling back to India. You can travel with me back. So I was on the flight with him and, got to hang out with him more and learn a lot more things during those travels. And I went back to India, and I was sort of in a secretariat office for a couple of months. And what happened was, during that time, it was back in 2011. And during that time, the foundation was looking for a property in the United States as their headquarters, as the main place to be here in the United States. And they came across this property in Boone, North Carolina, which was abandoned for 8 years. It was previously, I don't know if you heard of Transcendental Meditation. It's another group which was popular in the 60s, 70s. And they were here at this center, and then they left this place and abandoned it for 8 years, from 2004 to 2011. And finally, Art of Living bought it in an auction in 2011. And, I was back with Srishi. So, the founder, he told me, why don't you come back here? And this place is just bought. We need a lot of help with renovation. And why don't you go there for a couple of months and help out, get it started, and then you can come back. And that was 9 years back, and I never went back. I came here and I stayed. So that's a different story. But it was really inspiring to see this place come back to life, because this was meant as a place of a retreat place where people can come and rejuvenate, recharge. So we had to do a lot of work. People thought it will take us 2-3 years, but the founder, Shri, wanted to inaugurate it in 8 months. So we had a deadline of June 2012. We bought the property in October of 2011. So it was the winter, and we had to get everything running. The buildings we had around 400 rooms, which needed beds, which needed tables, chairs, mattresses. The big dining hall needed 1,000 chairs, tables, carpet everywhere. Each of the building had 200 pipe freezes because they left the water in the pipes. So everything was a big mess. And we thought, if we want to inaugurate it in June of 2012, people thought it would take us 2-3 years. It was crazy to even think of inaugurating it in 6 months, but we just went ahead, and, everybody worked hard. The volunteers worked day and night. We got the support of the community. We got everybody, we were just plunged right in. And it was like a movie scene where the day before, like the climax scene, we got the permits, 5,000 people coming for the inauguration, and we just made it in time and got the place up and running like the day before. So it was very inspiring to see this place come back to life at that point. And this place was dedicated to the people of North America as a place to heal, as a place to rejuvenate, as a place to recharge. So I don't know if you have seen the website. It's a beautiful 381-acre property in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We have 300 rooms for guests, and we have 100 rooms with tenants living here long term. And we have a lot of meeting spaces, right from a huge meditation hall which can host around 4,000 people to smaller spaces which can have around 200 people. So a huge dining hall overseeing the mountain with 800 seats. So a lot of huge spaces, and it was really a blessing to see this place. We were initially like 5-6 people, and then we grew to a staff of almost 100 people pre-COVID and serving 15,000 guests a year. So we were having around 250 retreats a year. So a lot of programs were happening. So we hope to sort of restart all that coming next year. So if you don't mind, I just want to share a few pictures, about the place so that you can get a sense of, what I'm talking about. So let me.
That'd be
Is that
great.
okay?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Thank you.
So this is one of our meeting spaces, a meditation space, very beautiful carpeted space, 5,000 square feet. These are our hiking trails on campus. We have a couple of hiking trails in the woods. Back in the hiking in the woods. These are the views of the mountains that you get on the property. So it's really beautiful, more like ranges and ranges of mountains. And I haven't been tired of this view in 9 years. It's a different painting every day. I see the sunrise from my balcony. It's really amazing. These are some of the meeting spaces. We have water fountain with swans, and these are some of the meeting spaces, some of the rooms. We also have a labyrinth. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of a labyrinth, where you can do contemplative walks. It's circles leading from the outside periphery into the center. You can do a very spiritual meditative walk. This is our main meditation hall, which can host around 4,000 people. It's a huge space inside. And, the whole campus is also built in accordance with these ancient architectural principles, where they are built in alignment with the directions. So like all the entrances, all the meeting spaces are facing the east direction, the direction of the sun, where the energy of the sun comes in and the light comes in. There is also a space at the center where natural light comes in, pyramidal shapes sort of. So, it's said they hold spiritual energy better. So the spaces have a harmony about them. This was one, I think, wedding which was done inside our meditation space once. But this is the main meditation space. You can see the stage. These are our rooms. We have some rooms which are like hotel style rooms with a king bed or 2 full beds, and with view of the mountains. So it's very peaceful. We also have a Ayurveda wellness place where we offer wellness therapeutic treatments based on the knowledge of Ayurveda. I don't know if you're familiar with Ayurveda. Ayurveda is this 5,000-year-old holistic science of wellness based on therapeutic treatment, medicinal herbs, holistic lifestyle, diet. So those principles of not just looking at the symptoms, but looking at the root cause of any disease is basically the founding principles. So we offer a lot of holistic cleanses. People come for a week and do cleansing, and they can do these treatments and just relax in the relaxation room that we have. You must have seen this image sometimes where they pour warm oil on your forehead, which is very relaxing. It's a stream of oil falling on your forehead. So it's very nice, very relaxing. Yeah, you can look at the mountains and have a relaxing experience. These are some of the spaces that we have where you can do smaller groups of 25 to 100 to 200 people. So a couple of these spaces are carpeted, a couple of them are have wooden flooring in them. So it's very nice. This is the founder, Sri Ravi Shankar. So he comes here twice a year, you know, doing big programs where we have around more than we have 1,000 people, 2,000 people doing programs with him when he comes. So it's a lot of people from all over the country. This is the deck of the dining hall, where you can have a view of the mountains and you can do yoga meditation outside on the deck. It's really amazing, really cool to be in nature and do something nice. Yeah, this is my favorite place of being on the deck and looking at the sunrise from here. Yeah, this is where you can see the sunrise in the morning. Yeah, I think that was the main part of the images that I, just wanted to give you a sense of. And, it's very beautiful, lit up in the night, sometimes with the lights on and the fountain and the colors. It's very beautiful. And especially in fall, you can see the fall colors. It's really pretty. This is the best time of the year. Yeah. Let me see if I have. This is a sort of an aerial view of the whole campus. You can see that. And this is our dining hall here and our meditation hall that I showed. And these are all the buildings. We have around 30 buildings. And this is our spa wellness, Ayurveda wellness center here. And these are all residential buildings. So in the lap of nature. This is our dining hall.
Property. Wow. It's just so beautiful. Thanks for sharing all these pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the dining hall of the. So I can go on and on, but best is, I would invite you all to come and, experience it yourself. Maybe we can host a group retreat if you want, or you can come with your family or on a solo retreat, whatever you would prefer. If you have, any interest, we'll be happy to host you next year, March 1st. Otherwise, we are doing programs now online. So any questions about whatever I had shared about my journey or the pictures, any questions anybody has?
So you mentioned online programs going on right now. I guess, is that something that like anyone can attend? Like how do you go about attending one of those online programs?
Yeah, we offer something called the happiness program online, which is a couple of hours for 3 days, 2.5 hours, 3 days, where you learn some simple but powerful breathing practices. It's, that was the start of the journey that I said, the first workshop that I did. And the foundation was quick to turn it online now because of the pandemic. So we do it every weekend, like a Friday to Sunday. So that's one great option I would suggest if you can do, and that will enhance in your spiritual practice. It won't be, it's what I would say is it's not in conflict with any faith-based, you may have with your faith, or it'll in fact deepen your faith and your spiritual seeking because it'll help you calm your mind and relax. And it allows you to sort of have a deeper yearning for something higher. So that we do every Friday to Sunday, which you can, I can put the website link on the chat. So if you go to the website, you will see that called the happiness program. We also do some Ayurveda programs called Discover Ayurveda. We have culinary retreats. We also have a meditation program online. So the happiness program, you learn more breath work, and you do something called sky breath meditation, which is a rhythmic breathing practice. And we also have a meditation practice, which you can learn. And we also have launched a program for anxiety, which is, a month-long program, more like a group coaching experience, wellness coaching, which we are also offering. So you can find all those details there, but really transformational programs. Yeah. And also silent retreat. You can be in silence from your home. So we do a 3-4 day silence program, which you can do from the comfort of your home now. So, and learn these practices. So Yeah, that's why I wanted to offer a little bit of a taste of a breathing practice and meditation before we end, so that you get a sense of what I'm, so it's a bit more experiential for you rather than me just talking about it. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Also, thank you once again for being here. Ma, do you and the Other Living Foundation or himself, Sri Ravi Shankar, do you still participate in interfaith dialogue nationally or internationally? And if you could talk a little bit about that.
So, yeah, I wanted to share this. We are a lot about interfaith dialogue because, you know, we definitely are. We in fact facilitated one of the biggest. It was called the World Culture Festival. I can send you the link. It happened in 2016 in India, where Art of Living Foundation organized, where 2.5 million people came together from all the different world cultures, religions, traditions, and it was for 3 days. And we were also celebrating 35 years of Art of Living, and at the same time, it was mind blowing to see so many people come together, and all the different cultures and the traditions was demonstrated on one stage. It was almost a 7-acre stage. It was unimaginable. And I can send you the link to the video to share. You can see the video. And we had almost 33,000 performers performing through those 3 days. It was mind blowing to see. So Art of Living, you know, Sri has been involved in a lot of peace resolution all through the world, bringing people together of different religions, conflict resolution. He has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize a few times. I don't know if you know about the FARC rebel situation in Colombia. There was a conflict happening for many years, for which the president got the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So Sri was very instrumental in bringing the president and the FARC rebels together on a talking, on the table to talk to each other in helping resolving that conflict. So a lot of work has gone through over the last 40 years, with the foundation.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, and a lot of service projects. We do a lot of these programs in prisons where prisoners are reformed. A lot of trauma relief work in disaster areas. We do programs in high schools now for teenagers and young students. We do programs in the corporates. Yeah, there are 40, 50 different types of programs for different demographics. So if I talk about that, I can go on for, but a lot of the goal is, you know, it's a non-profit organization. It's very much volunteer driven. It's one of the largest volunteer based organizations. So it's all initiated projects by different leaders, teachers. We have around 30,000 instructors all over the world now. So in 150 countries. So it's a huge, endeavor. Should we start off with the breathing practice? Would you like to experience that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Have you noticed that all our emotions are influenced with our breath? Have you seen that? Whenever we get angry, our breath changes, right? What do you notice when you get angry? How's your breath? Anybody can share.
Quick.
It'll speed up for me.
Yeah.
Fast, speed up, shallow, right? How's your breath when you're sad or, you're down? You notice your exhalation is longer, like you'd say that, right? When you're really peaceful, relaxed, happy, how's your breath?
It's deeper, I think, deeper inhales.
Yeah, deeper inhales, and it's smooth, right? There's no obstruction. It's very relaxed pace. So this shows that all our emotions are linked to our breath, but the whole secret is not only the emotions influence the breath, but the breath can also influence the emotions. It's a two-way street. Through the rhythms in the breath, we can harmonize our emotions, but we may not have paid too much attention to our breath. We are hardly aware of our breath. So breath has a lot of power. Yeah. So let us experience that. I'll demonstrate a simple breathing practice. It's called bellows breath, and I'll explain about it once I demonstrate. Yeah. So looks a bit funny, but it's simple but powerful. So in this breath, you start off with loose fist by your shoulders, relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. And what you do is when you breathe in, you lift your hands up and you open up your palms. Maybe you didn't see my palms. So your palms are open when they go up, okay? And when you breathe out, you come back down and make the fist again, okay? Yeah. So when you breathe in, going up straight with palms open, and when you come back, breathe out, you close your fist. Now the thing is, it's not just simple inhalation, exhalation, it's a bit more forceful. So your mouth is closed, you're breathing in through your nose, but it's forceful inhalation and vigorous exhalation like this. Right? Okay, do you see that? It's a bit forceful. So we'll do this with a few rounds of breath with our eyes closed and just be with the breath. And I'll tell you to relax, and then we'll continue and do a few more breaths. Yeah? And you'll see what it does. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep normal breath in. And breathe out. With full enthusiasm, together, begin. Breathe in, out, up, down, up, down, up, down, in, out. Continue at your own pace. And relax, keeping the eyes closed. Relax your palms on your lap facing the ceiling. Attention inside. Just notice the state of your mind. Once again, loose fist by the shoulders. Let's keep a smile on our face. Never mind, even if it's artificial. Loose fist, making a fist with your hands by the shoulders. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. And with full enthusiasm, together, begin. In, out, up, down, up, down. Continue. And relax. Palms on your lap, facing the ceiling. Just notice the pace of your breath. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Slowly, gradually, you can open your eyes when you feel ready. How was that? Does anybody wants to share how you felt doing that?
So, of course, at first I felt silly, which I think surrendering to like not no self-analysis is like part of it. Because like when I let go of that, it was just really fun. And then, especially in the moments in between when we were resting, I felt very peaceful. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel really serene, and I feel a lot of like just positive energy flowing around me and within me,
Yeah, that was one of the more, kind of physical breathing meditation kind of things I've done. And I love the difference between, because my actually shoulders got a little sore, doing that. But then in between, when you're resting and just breathing, you get that change from kind of being physical to just that peace and that just stillness. That kind of contrast was really nice.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's a very energizing practice. You may notice that you have more energy, right? So it's like, I would say it's like a healthy Red Bull, no side effects. I call it like yogic coffee. So anytime you feel like drowsy or dull during the day, just doing a couple of rounds of this, I've found it really help boost my energy and, keep my spirit up, and it gives you that instant energy. It's very powerful, and you feel, you'll feel very energetic, and at the same time you'll feel peaceful, which is a very rare combination to have, very powerful combination to have. So since we have only a few minutes left, I'll lead a short meditation. But just before we start, what is meditation according to you? Like, you may have done different types of meditations. What is your concept of meditation? Anybody wants to share?
My impression is meditation is either a stilling or sometimes concentrating of the mind in a practice that has a spiritual or emotional aim.
For me, it's really calming the mind. Like I know you kind of said this earlier, but like calming what's going on inside of my mind and just becoming more in tune with like the world around me,
So Dr. Hoffmeister, do we have a hard stop at 12:50, or can we go till 1, you think?
Yeah, we've got a little leeway. Some students will need to get to class at 1, but maybe if we end a little before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So meditation, many of the times we have the notion that meditation is concentration or focusing on something, right? Here we'll do a guided meditation, and the key to go deep into meditation is actually not to focus on anything. You just relax, just be. Just being with whatever is meditation. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, get somewhere, because we are always used to do some effort to get something in life, right? The rule of the body is we put more effort, we get results, right? The rule of the meditation, the rule of the mind to relax in meditation is effortlessness. So the more effortless you are, the more you are just chilling, the more relaxed your mind will be, right? You go deeper within yourself. So that's very key for meditation. So you can just silence your phones, or if you have any other distractions, for the next few minutes. So let's settle down. Let's close our eyes with the back straight, body relaxed. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Just relax the whole body. Become aware of your environment. Become aware of all the sounds around you. Maybe sound of people talking outside, sound of the ventilation system, or birds chirping outside. Any sounds you hear, just become aware of all these sounds. Accept all these sounds in your environment. Be in harmony with your environment. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your physical body. Our body is a beautiful gift given by the divine with so much love. Love your body very dearly. Just become aware of your whole body from the head to the toe, becoming aware of all the different parts of the body. Becoming aware of the whole body. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your thoughts. Good thoughts or bad thoughts, do not resist your thoughts. Let them come. Be in harmony with your thoughts. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your feelings. Pleasant feelings or unpleasant feelings. Be in harmony with your feelings. You are peace. You are joy. You are love. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Slowly, gradually become aware of your body and surroundings. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. Slowly, gradually, when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. How's the meditation? Anybody wants to share anything? Anybody meditating for the first time? No? Okay. Cool. Anybody feeling good?
I'll say that was very nice. I do well with guided meditation because I try to do spiritual readings, pray, and meditate every morning, but usually I don't give myself the grace to have the time to like spend a decent amount of time meditating. My brain then goes, no, you have too many things to do. 30 seconds is sufficient. Let's get on with the day. So I'm always grateful for times when I am forced by friends, loved ones, or school or work to be with myself. So thank you for that.
Yeah, for me, I like guided meditation because when I do like meditation without anyone else around, like I'll find myself like kind of wandering off or having a bunch of thoughts or honestly getting really tired. But when there's someone else like guiding, it's like that voice is kind of like brings me back so I don't lower my consciousness to a point where I'm actually asleep, you know?
Yeah, so also the breath work helps, when you combine breath work with meditation, because your breath doing that helps calm the mind and prepare the mind to go deeper, to settle down. Otherwise, when you just sit, your mind is like all over the place, right? So the ideal sequence we normally recommend is some like a yoga, like asana practice, some movement, some stretches, then some breath work, and then going into meditation. If you follow the sequence, it will create sort of the ideal base to prepare your mind for even a spiritual reading or going into deeper into your faith.
Yeah, for me, that was wonderful. Thank you. And for me, it's a particularly stressful day for me, and I felt that stress coming out, and I was able to be aware of it and kind of accepting it. Allowed me to be more at peace with what's going on today, and so thank you for that.
Sure. No, it was great to spend time with all of you. I would recommend like I shared, the happiness program which we do online is really a wonderful program. If you can learn the sky breath meditation, I would highly recommend. It will help you in your daily life. Maybe I'll just post a link to that here.
Thank you.
Can,
Yeah. And does that cost money or is that free?
Yeah, it is. Normally it's $395 when we do it in person, but because of the pandemic, it has been reduced by 50%. So it's $190 now for online program for 2 hours, for 2.5 hours, 3 days. So
Thank you.
Yeah, it's live instruction. Great. Any other questions before we?
I don't know if this is something you guys have or considered, but Berea College, like I guess, has a lot of students that are from lower income backgrounds. So
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention we have a student discount which makes it $95. So it's $190 for general population and $95 for students. Yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you.
And we also do a campus program for students, and sometimes the student programs are very price is much reduced by, sometimes the college funds it. We have it as a student club in over 40 schools. And there was a recent research which came from Yale University about the efficacy of the practice in a clinical study. So they found out the sky breath practice with evidence-based and published with the Harvard review journals. So there's a lot of evidence and research which was published recently on the breathwork practice. So we do it in a lot of colleges, campuses. So maybe, Matthew or Sean, you can get in touch and I can put you in touch with the college campus club, and they can provide that on campus also for students.
Yeah, I think we're in the same email chain, so we could probably touch bases and stuff with
I'll
that.
connect you with one of our student leaders.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Dr. Srinivasan. It was wonderful having you.
Yeah, fantastic. And looking forward to visiting your campus.
Yeah,
when
I
things
hope you
get
can
back
come
to
in.
normal. So it's like a beautiful space.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot for having me, and it was my absolute pleasure. And it's great to see the sincerity and the spiritual seeking that you all have. And I hope you go deep into your faith and explore the depth that is there.
Thanks so much. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye all.
Bye.